animal, the goat or the chicken. So now, is this stuff really real? Is voodoo actually doing something? I know a lot of you skeptics will be like, man, it seems crazy. And it's like, what's the purpose? You got to understand, they've been doing this for thousands of years. Think about that. You don't do something and practice it thousands of years if it doesn't work. And a lot of people are just really intrigued about, voodoo, magic, witchcraft, the law of attraction, what have you. And that has to do largely because of, the entertainment industry, movies, music, TV, popular culture, everything that we have been seeing from, Satanists and these voodoo movies and all kinds of witchcraft movies, everything we have been seeing over the decades that deals with these themes. And it has given people the false understanding about what this stuff really is about. Now, we go into the realm of Hollywood, and what, Hollywood has magic and, the whole glitz and glamour and, the special effects or what have you. And people really mix this stuff up with voodoo and witchcraft and magic or what have you. And a lot of people, they stuck with that understanding of it. The whole TV reveal of magic. So, things popping out of thin air and, all of the crazy, powerful things we see these wizards and witches doing in movies. This is the understanding that people come away with when they look at this stuff. And it's a false understanding. So when people want to get into what this stuff really is about, a lot of them have this idea that when you get into it, you're going to somehow find true, real magic like on TV. A lot of people believe that once they really get an understanding of this stuff and they really know about it, that they're going to be able to somehow do real magic. And a lot of people are delusional. So you have to just, take into consideration one, if it really was like on television, as far as, voodoo and magic or what have you, by now you would have seen somebody come forward with amazing powers. I'm talking about like real amazing, like able to keep away armies, militaries with their power. And, that has not happened. You see magicians, you see people like David Blaine, you see people doing these magic shows, like Chris Angel or what have you. And you see them do stuff as far as an entertainment show about magic, and they give you the illusions and everything like that. But for the most part, of course, this stuff is trickery. It's all tricks, smoke and mirrors or what have you. The guy didn't come out with the whole magic reveal, TV show for no reason. He really wanted to show people, hey, this stuff is not what you think it is. But there's a different side of it all that I don't want to get you confused about what I'm saying. That is more powerful and it deals more with controlling people. That's the secret right there. So everybody got this whole misconception and this whole idea about voodoo and magic and everything as far as, poof, I can make a truck disappear and I can fly or what have you. It's all about controlling people. This is what it's really about. The manipulation of a person's mind, their energy, and what they do, their actions. That's the major thing. That is magic, voodoo, witchcraft in essence. How you manipulate a person's actions, their energy, what they do. And when we finish with this video, you're going to really truly understand this stuff and how it affects us every day. 100%. And it's really deep and it's crazy when you really get into it. So as I talked about before, we look back at, the Africans and all these rituals from the Buddhists and everybody doing so many different things that we classify as weird, spooky, crazy stuff when we look at these rituals or what have you. But we describe, we gave them names. We describe them as many different weird things as far as, rituals and witchcraft or whatever it is. But again, understand that to the ancients, this stuff was natural. It was absolutely natural. And let me repeat that. This stuff was natural, really natural. So we, again, gave it names. But when you go back and you look at what these people were doing, and if we was to, again, ascribe them names, as far as voodoo, witchcraft, and magic or what have you, we will be talking about energy, frequency, and vibration. Sound. It's just that simple. This is what this stuff entails. This is what it's all about. And when you really get into it and start to look at what the secrets of it is and what these people have figured out thousands of years ago, it's going to make a lot more sense. So now if I ask you to give me a sound at a certain frequency, at a certain rate or a certain vibratory frequency, then a lot of people would be looking for instruments. They would be looking for machines to try to figure out how I'm going to calculate the frequency and try to get the right hertz to give you, what you want. But again, for the ancients, this stuff was natural. This was natural stuff. This is natural law. And when you understand what we're talking about when we say natural law, nature, everything in nature is dealing with energy, vibration, frequency, sound. All of this stuff is mathematics, everything. And we talked about this before with the Fibonacci sequence, how we can find it in nature and everything, how we can find it in the human body. So again, when you start getting into this stuff, remember, we talked about this, it's all math. It's all energy, frequency, and vibration. That's all it is. So while we have lost the understanding of this, and the ancients clearly had it, we have to go through so much to learn, to relearn, and really understand this stuff. But to them, this was second nature. It was just normal to them. And it's stuff that they did to actually reach the required frequency, pitch, sound, vibration to obtain, the right level that they needed to perform rituals, to get things to where they needed to be. Absolutely natural to these people. Still to this day, they perform this stuff naturally, understanding how to do so. So when you look at everything in existence, every human entity, everything that is, everything has a vibratory frequency. Everything has a vibratory frequency. Everything in these vibratory frequencies, all these things that's, making these vibratory frequencies give off, in reality, a vibratory pattern, a shape. So just like in cymatics, when you have the vibration and the sound, the frequency, applied to the plate, to the base of what the sand is on, you make these patterns. So you have that frequency, that sound, that vibration that's going to give you this vibratory pattern. Everything has a unique pattern. So basically, if we took the way that your body is vibrating right now and applied it with cymatics, as far as using it on a base with sand or salt or what have you, your unique body vibratory frequency would create a pattern, a unique pattern, plain and simple. So when you understand that, you go back and look at, witchcraft, when they put the whole pentagram of salt with the circle around the 5-pointed star, what have you, on the ground. And they was making so many different patterns and shapes with salt. Remember how salt is uniquely, coupled with witchcraft? This is what they was doing. So you have with voodoo, you have the VV or the Vive. The Vive is what we call the vibratory pattern. It's what they use in voodoo to summon the spirits or the Loa. So you'll see them first use salt or flour, sand sometimes to create the Vive. And the Vive will be in a unique pattern that is going to basically be used to summon the Loa. And you look at a lot of these Vives, they have unique patterns ascribed to unique spirits or Loas. And this is what it's about. So we're talking about, again, frequency, vibration, sound. And they understand that the energy that they're going to try to conjure up to summon these Loa is going to create this pattern. So you create the pattern, and now you need to apply the energy to try to summon these Loa. It's a ritual that has been done, for a long time. And a lot of people have absolutely no clue what this stuff is about as far as it going back to energy, frequency, and vibration, because of course, to them, this stuff is just natural. When we look at magic, you have sigils or sigil magic, where they basically apply the same principle. In sigil magic, you see the sigils, the signs, and these signs are going to be ascribed to unique energies. So with voodoo, if you want to summon Papa Legba, here is his Vive, and you can summon Papa Legba, and you have so many different, again, Vives to basically call on different Loa. So these are basically the vibratory pattern of these energies. It is the physical representation of the energy itself. So when we say, that symbols have power, words have power, this is what it's going back to. It's going back to the understanding that, one, you have a vibratory frequency and a vibratory pattern ascribed to every single physical thing, period. So when the physical is gone, you have the energy left. So since the physical is gone and you want to summon this energy, you have to create the physical. So if the physical was here and it was vibrating, this is the pattern it would make. So again, if you know the pattern, then you make the pattern. Now you need to match the frequency. You need to match the energy and vibration. Why? We talked about this before, energy, frequency. If you haven't seen, by the way, frequency and energy videos, definitely stop watching and go and see those. Makes a lot more sense. But it's important because you have to what? You have to match the frequency and vibration to what? Resonate. Big word of the day, people. We're going to get into resonate. And when you got that whole understanding from the frequency DVD, resonate is how you get the power. It's how you match what you're looking for. Resonate is how you bring things into your existence, into your realm, into your energy. So when you start to resonate and put out a resonant frequency, you're going to attract everything that is like that frequency. So again, as I couple with hip hop music and everything, when you have that kind of energy put into, your being, and you start resonating on those frequencies and putting out that energy, this is what you attract. So you have people who is caught up in the hip hop culture, attracting the hip hop culture to their lives. They start dressing a certain way, acting a certain way, talking and walking a certain way, going to clubs and hanging out with certain people. And they attract this because this is the frequency, the vibratory frequency they are on. So when they take in these frequencies and resonate with it, they begin to resonate with it and attract this stuff into their lives. And again, this stuff is made to be destructive to your life, which is why things are the way that it is in our culture. So now words, symbols, everything in this room, all of us has a frequency signature. Plain and simple. Everything that has ever existed has a frequency signature. And the whole thing is you need to resonate with that signature. You need to match the signature. So when the Vive is created, this is what they're trying to do. You have the Vive created first, and then the ritual begins. So what you need to understand also, just like the Bible, the Quran, ancient Egyptian mythology, Greek mythology, same thing, voodoo. You have stories. And a lot of people are confused about this. This is what gets people caught up the most. The stories of the Bible, the stories in ancient Egyptian mythology, same thing in voodoo, because all the stuff is the same. It's stories to give you an understanding about the energy you're trying to summon.